Chicago's mayor is looking to Baltimore to learn tips on how to drive down violence through community intervention. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kai Jackson.
And I'm Mary Bubala. This comes as Baltimore's efforts continue to raise questions about transparency and accountability. Fox 25's Mackenzie Frost joins us live from the newsroom with some of these concerns. Mackenzie.
Yeah, Mary and Kai, while Baltimore's Safe Streets program was actually modeled after Chicago's Cure Violence program way back in 2007, the mayor of Chicago is now saying that his city could learn something from how Baltimore is handling driving down violent crime. But as we have been reporting and documenting for years, there are still several unanswered questions surrounding Baltimore's efforts, especially when it comes to its community violence intervention. Headlines around Chicago in recent days show the grip violent crime has on the Windy City. But in Baltimore Monday,
well, I'm looking forward to you all coming to Chicago.
Chicago's Mayor Brandon Johnson says his city is looking to learn something from how Baltimore is breaking the cycle of bloodshed.
It's really a really unique opportunity for me to be in Baltimore.
The Community Violence Intervention Efforts, or CVI, is part of the city's 5-year crime plan. Central to the strategy is Safe Streets, utilizing what the city calls credible messengers to try and get people to put their guns down. However, Safe Streets was not present during a roundtable where city leaders touted CVI's impact.
We showcase Safe Streets so much, Dave, that we wanted to lift up some of the other folks.
But Baltimoreans still don't know who the Safe Streets violence interrupters are. And Mayor Scott says that information is not the city's to disclose. Run through the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement, Safe Streets is part of the entire CVI effort. Other programs include the Group Violence Reduction Strategy. While City Hall touts GVRS's efforts, data from the City State's Attorney's Office shows the sliver of cases GVRS makes up of all overall prosecutions.
So it works like this. 2,500 people, 2,600, 25, we'll round it off, are now no longer on the streets shooting, robbing, and killing individuals. Of those 25 or 2,600 individuals, 201 of them were GVRS cases. And what does that mean? That means that GVRS is working, but it's not the largest part.
GVRS, Safe Streets, and other CVI efforts utilized one-time federal COVID-era money to get off the ground.
We used American Rescue Plan Act dollars to initiate a lot of the work and to begin to prove our concept, and we've slowly but surely seen over the past few budget cycles continued investment into our office and the work that we're doing. Sustaining and institutionalizing our work, I think, is where we're headed, where we need to be focused.
We followed up with the mayor's office asking, do you intend on diverting money away from other public safety agencies toward MONSI in future budget cycles to help offset the loss of ARPA dollars?
We have heard from community organizations, we want to do more, but we can't do that without the investment.
Mayor Scott says the city started seeing improvements with his CVI effort in September of 2022, but other changes around the city were happening around the same time. Just after September, then U.S. Attorney Eric Barron made it clear the federal government was going to get involved in the city's crime-fighting efforts.
This Al Capone model of prosecution is designed to take violent people off the streets by any appropriate legal means necessary.
And in January 2023,
Office of State's Attorney of Baltimore City,
Ivan Bates was sworn in as the new top prosecutor with a clear message to criminals in the city.
Well, if you're breaking the law, you're going to walk around for legal handguns on the streets, bring your toothbrush with you, because we're going to send you to jail.
This chart shows the drop in crime statistics after the Al Capone model of prosecution took effect. When Bates took office, there was no spike in summer crime.
And, as I said this morning, MONSI rhymes with Ponzi. And Ponzi schemes are not considered something that are very good.
Political analyst John Deedy says to talk about the future of fighting crime in Baltimore and not include law enforcement is not giving the full scope.
You could say that there's a combination, but the lead dog on this has been State's Attorney Ivan Bates. Because if you say there's been a drop of 150 in the murder rate, but you've only had interactions with 50 or 60 people, you're really not part of the overall big picture of the solution. You're a small fraction of it. And that's where I think a lot of people have good questions.
Meanwhile, Chicago's leader appears ready to double down on its current plan.
What motivates me, though, in this moment is that it's not just the results that we are experiencing in Chicago. Again, the safest summer in 60 years. The hope is that as this work continues to drive our approach to community safety in Baltimore and Chicago, that others see it the way we are experiencing it. What I got out of this conversation is that we're right. We're right.
Even as Baltimore's programs face scrutiny and questions about transparency. Now, as for that question about future funding for Monzi, I'm told that the agency is having conversations right now with the budget office about future budgets, and decisions are being evaluated. Now, Monzi says the agency is also looking for other grant and philanthropic funding sources to ensure that it does not have to divert direct funding from BPD. Live in the newsroom, Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.
I'm Mary Bubala. Thank you for watching. Here's another video for you to watch. Also take some time to subscribe to our YouTube channel.